Hello and welcome to Full Sim Broadcast Network. You are watching the Southern Excitement Racing League at Michigan International Speedway presented by Sim Racer Hub. Tonight, joining me in the booth is Justin Hutchinson. How you doing tonight, Justin?
Pretty good there, Jacob.
So, Justin, what do you think we're going to see tonight? You think it's going to be just as exciting as last Saturday night at Texas Motor Speedway?
Yeah, we've seen a few people at Texas get into a little dust-ups together. We might see those get squared away here at Michigan, but for the most part, it should be some flat-out racing for everyone. Pretty smooth track, so if there are wrecks, they should be able to get away from them.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, we seen quite a few dust ups last weekend, and drivers showing displeasure to each other in the Discord channel there, hashing it out, and maybe they got all that resolved. But if not, do you think we'll see any repercussions this weekend?
Well, looking at it right now, they have one fast repair this week, so it's going to be a little tough if they want to do any repercussions because they might get caught up in it themselves.
That's understandable, yeah, especially at a big track like this where drafting is the main key to success. And speaking of keys to success, let's look at the race info for tonight's race. Tonight, they are running at Michigan International Speedway. Weather's 80 degrees, so that track's going to be hot and slick with 52% humidity. A few clouds rolling through, so you might see some shade in some parts of the track here and there, and 2-mile-an-hour winds. And this track is a big one. It's 2 miles in length. And right now that track temp looks to be 93 degrees on the surface of that track, but I expect once we go green that that track temp will jump up quite a bit. And as we spoke about a while ago, on the what to expect portion of this, we got the tempers, will they be flaring from Texas over here to Michigan? Another thing that we're wondering is, will we see the third different winner so far this season, or will we have a repeat winner, one of the two guys that's won the first 2 races of this season?
Yeah, I think when they start this race, if they keep it clean, the fuel mileage might play a little factor. They got 65% tonight. So if it goes green, they're going to have to make some green flag stops in this race. It's 90 laps long. We got a stage winner at lap, looks like 40.
We'll check that right quick. Yes, it's going to be, the stage will be at lap 40, and they're running 90 laps total.
That one fast repair, it's gonna be key for everyone here.
As we're wrapping up the last 30 seconds in practice here, run you down how fast these guys are here tonight. Dustin Michael is your fastest so far with a 39.533, with Joey Nelson not too far behind with a 39.538. 5/1000ths. That's really close, and that may be also the way we see this race finish out tonight, Justin. May see a real close battling and maybe a photo finish when it comes down to the end.
Oh, I think everyone would love to see a drag race.
A little bit of bumping and banging and drag racing down to the line never hurt anybody, I say. Practice is wrapping up now. It's going to go over to qualifying here. Qualifying underway now. Waiting for someone to jump on the track.
It's like Clark and Parsons are going to go out.
As we're following along with Dylan Clark here. Comes off a pit lane. Those of you that are just now tuning in, you're watching Full Send Broadcast Network with the Southern Excitement Racing League at Michigan International Speedway. As we're watching Joey Nelson here, going up through the gears through turns 1 and 2 here, coming off of pit road. And if you viewers have any questions or comments or anything, feel free to put them in the chat box there, and under caution we may get to a few of them, answer some questions, or give your shout outs that you have. That's one of the features that I like to do on this broadcast network, is just kind of involve the fans a little bit the best I can. Joey Nelson takes his green flag lap.
Imagine he's going to stay high that first lap. You know, the tire's really warm, so he can really dig it down in there at that second lap.
As Hunter Parsons and Matt Rudder come across the line, Hunter Parsons is your pole sitter right now with a 39.92. A couple more drivers coming across.
Pretty average on the first laps from everyone there.
I'm thinking these next laps are going to be, the second laps are going to be what's faster for everyone, as Joey Nelson crosses the line in 5th with a 40.08. Parsons is still your pole sitter with a 39.92, the only driver so far to break in. Oh, correct that. Dylan Clark breaks into that 39-second bracket, sitting there in second place. See Dakota Camper on the track.
Nelson at the line. Not faster on his second lap.
John McIntyre jumps up to 3rd with a 40.01.
Dustin Matson's on the track here. He's on his second lap.
Camper comes across the line, 5th position with a 40.05. Matson coming down the backstretch here, heading off into turn 3. See if he can better on his second lap. His first lap was a 40.32. Matson's been a guy to claim. He's not a very fast guy on these ovals, on asphalt in general, and as I say that, he jumps up to the 5th spot with a 40.02, but he has been, last week at Texas, was one of the fastest trucks on the track. Hunter Parsons is still sitting as your pole sitter. Follow along with Travis Bertzer in the 99 truck. Pretty cool looking truck with the way he has that 99 on there. As he's sitting second right now, let's see if he betters that time. Will he go to the pole? He will not. Travis Bertzer is going to sit in the second spot with a 39.96. Christopher Howell and Justin Michael jump up there in 3rd and 4th with a 39.97 and a 39.98.
Jake Eaton on the track. Fast truck last week.
Let's check in there with Jake Eaton and see how his lap looks. Joe Nelson jumps up to 6th. Jake Eaton's going to be 16th on that first lap. Using that first lap probably as a speed run to get up as much speed as possible and have that truck wound up for this second lap.
Yeah, you don't want it to get loose in the corners on them slick tires. Eaton not going to better his second lap there. Tyler Humphrey on the truck. Fast truck last week.
Matthew Moniak come across his first lap in that one truck in 13th. Looking a little bit faster on this second lap here.
Is that a new driver we have here?
I believe so. I do not recall seeing him. Pontiac going to move up to 10th with a 40.02. Check in on Tyler Humphrey in that 94 machine. As we have almost 3 minutes to go in qualifying here.
Coming around to complete that lap 1. 39.9.
Oh, that's going to move him up to the second spot.
That was lap 1.
Question is, I don't think any of these drivers, with the exception of a handful of them, have bettered on their second lap. Maybe we're watching a guy that might have pole position speed here.
Still have Grant Humphrey to go to as well. Looks like he's going to take the track here. As Tyler comes out of 4. Pulls it all the way down to the apron at the grass.
He will not better his first lap. His second lap was a 40.07.
Looks like lap 1's what you want.
Yeah, let's go check in with Carl Burt. His first lap was a 40.05, which put him 16th. See if we've got anything to go here on the second lap to move up a little bit. Looks like he's going to pull it down in there on pit road.
Got our final truck here, Grant Humphrey.
In that 48 machine.
Yeah, I think some guys might have misjudged this and said, hey, let's warm these tires up and then get it on the second lap, but it looked like lap 1's faster.
Which is very odd. Normally with these trucks in a bigger track like that where you're wide open, you have to get them wound up, but it looks like they're wound up enough for that first lap. The second lap, they kind of scrubbed some speed, looks like. Let's see what he does. Humphrey sitting in 9th with a 40.006. As he comes around turns 1 and 2 here. Looking pretty good as he's entering 3. Might have entered a little too high there. Let's see how that pays off as he's going to bring it all the way up to the middle lane there. And back down to that apron, crossing the line. Getting down into them bumps. He will
not. A tad slower.
Yeah, he will not better his time with that 40.05. And that wraps up qualifying.
Kind of makes me wonder how these tires are going to wear here.
Yes, that's a real good question, Justin. I don't know if these guys are going to be able to hold it wide open like a super speedway for the whole run. They may be cracking the throttle on entry as we get maybe 10, 15, 20 laps into a run. As the time limit for qualifying has ended. As we're gridding now.
Last week's winner with the pole.
All right, so let's run you through the grid as they sit. Presented by Sim Racer Hub. On pole is Hunter Parsons in that 05 machine. In second is Tyler Humphrey. Third is Travis Burtzer. Fourth, Christopher Howell. Fifth, Justin Lumpkin. Sixth is Justin Michael. 7th, Dylan Clark with Joe Nelson on his outside in 8th. In 9th, we have Grant Humphrey. 10th, John J. McIntyre. You want to take the next 10, Justin?
11th, you got Dustin Matson. 12th, Matthew Moniak. 13th, Bill Miller. 14th, Jonathan Cogswell. 15th, Dakota Camper. 16th, Nick Kulikowski. 17th, Carl Burke. 18th, George Jewell. 19th, Mike Renz. 20th, Joey Nelson.
And 21st, you have Jake Eaton. 22nd, Matt Rudder. 23rd is James McCanney. And following up the field in 24th is Matt Crockett. And it's showing 25th there is Joey Doucette, but that triple-digit number there signifies he is race control. And that is your starting lineup presented by Sim Racer Hub here for the Southern Excitement Racing League here on Full Sim Broadcast Network. As we're waiting for the cars to roll off the grid here. Waiting for that pace truck to start pulling forward. Hunter Parsons pulled up there like he was trying to tell that pace truck to get the red out.
He wants to lead all 90 of these things.
And we have a couple of cool looking camera angles for y'all tonight. We have a camera angle that is on the apron here just past the start finish line. And we also have the Geico restart zone camera here for when they take the restarts and green flag. All right, Justin, I don't know about you, but I'm excited to go racing here for 90 laps and seeing how exciting these first 40 go for that stage.
I love Michigan. It's a fast 2-mile track. It's going to be some excitement tonight. There might be even more than there was last week at Texas. We'll just have to find out.
Yeah, that's one thing to look for, is to see if any of these guys start tying up with each other based off of the dust-ups we had, last week at Michigan or Texas. As the field starts rolling through turns 3 and 4 here, coming to the green flag.
Let's tighten them up, go racing.
As we're showing you the Geico restart zone here. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing here at Michigan in the Southern Excitement Racing League, presented by Sim Racer Hub.
Got a little checkup there on the start.
Yeah, that outside line definitely had a little checkup for sure. They're not as organized as that inside line. They come down the back stretch at speed for the first time.
As we say that, the outside line gets formed. Oh, got one turn.
The 07.
What on tour? Oh, he's around. Oh, he's flipping.
Or is that the 87? Oh, that's the 07, yeah. That would look like to be George Jewell as the caution comes out.
Well, I think we answered our question about the excitement.
Most definitely. Let's go back here and look at what happened. Let's go to the yellow flag and see if it takes us back far enough. It does. As you see the 07 down there, George Jewell, he's on the high side there. Got what looks like Grant below him in that 48 machine.
I think it's the 87. Looks like
yes, the
Dylan
87.
Clark and Justin Michael.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, the 07 of George Jewell was not in.
Tried to hold on to it. Oh, they just tagged him there at the end.
And he just, oh my gosh, that was a hard hit, as you see.
Truck.
Oh my gosh, them guys had nowhere to go.
The number one of Matthew Moniak in his first start had nowhere to go there. He just gets destroyed.
Let's go back and ride along with Matthew Moniak. Right along on the helmet cam here. See what he's seen as all this evolved. See him coming down the back stretch here. He's behind that Gene of McIntyre. He cannot see what's happening in front of him.
Looks like he got ran into. He did a good job checking up.
Yeah, we are. Oh yeah, he had nowhere to go. Oh yeah, he just got ran over from behind for sure. That is one torn up truck.
That's tough. I mean, no one expects to be checking up the first lap of the race, but
For sure.
there's cars sideways.
Go back live. That's rough. That's real rough. And right now, Tyler Humphrey in that 94 machine is your leader. He got ahead of the 05 of Parsons before that yellow come out.
I don't think we've seen the rest of Michael and Clark yet.
As the lights on the pace truck go out, which signifies 1 to green, they're going to rack them up, and we're going to try this again.
See how that 94 starts here on the inside. He overtook the lead last time on the outside off the restart.
And for those of y'all just joining, we're watching Full Send Broadcast Network, the Southern Excitement Racing League. We've completed 3 laps now. We had a caution very early in this on the back stretch of the first lap. Sure to be an exciting one tonight, y'all. Be sure to stay tuned and ask us some questions, give us some feedback, whatever you feel is necessary, and we'll try to get to you under these caution laps. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'm sure the Southern Excitement Racing League appreciates y'all tuning in.
I feel like there's a bunch of tension in these drivers right now, and I can feel it.
Just the anxiety of getting this thing going and getting green, and restarts are never what you want to do, because that's where you can make or break your long green flag run. As we're going to switch over here to the restart zone camera as that pace truck pulls off down pit road. We are green.
Tyler Humphrey with a good jump there in that Geico restart zone. Gonna get about a 3 truck length out in front here of Hunter Parsons.
Field pretty well spread out already.
Christopher Howe taking second place there on the bottom.
Humphrey already with a 0.4 of a second lead. With Howell in that draft, that's not going to last very long, as you see that gap closing really fast, already down to 1/10. And Howell staying to the inside here, looking for a pass for the lead. Not going to get there on this lap.
He's going to catch some draft here, though, entering turn 1, and maybe look to try to pass him up high or dive it down below him here on the bottom.
Howell going to the low side, side by side with Humphrey. Howell not going to be able to clear him on that turn. They're door to door down the backstretch here.
It's going to allow these guys right behind him to catch up, Grant Humphrey and Justin Lumpkin.
Howell going to be able to clear Humphrey here in turns 3 and 4 here. As we see him coming down the front stretch here to the line.
These drivers still trying to find that line. What's the right line to run? What's going to help me now? What's going to help me later?
Field still tightly packed together.
Battle for second now as it's tightening up with the leader there.
Oh, they're going to try to split the leader of Howell. Look like entering the corner.
These trucks just a great run down the back stretch there in the front stretch. When they're in that draft, they can really pull up to that truck in front of them.
Eaton getting challenged by McIntyre there in that 3 truck.
Eaton up 17 spots right now in fourth. Third.
Make that 18 spots. Jake Eaton in that number 29 machine looking very fast already early in this race. As we have a battle for the lead.
I think Eaton might have a little problem when he gets to the 18 though. We seen something last week that it's going to be a battle right here.
They've come across the line to complete lap 8. Eaton trying to figure out where to go. He wants that lead so badly. He's going to stay up high. Howell's going to take that middle line. Got to figure out which line's going to have the run. As Eaton goes to the inside of Howell. Power move, gonna clear him.
Cross him over, but Howell's gonna cross him back over and go to the inside.
Howell all the way down on the apron. Who's gonna lead this lap? Oh, I don't know. That looks like Howell might have led that lap. So close. Great battle here for the lead.
These drivers need to be careful. Don't use these tires up that early. I know you have 4 sets, but if you have a long green flag run, your tires could have you fall off big time.
Howell staying on that inside line. Allowed Lumpkin to get by, but here comes Howell again, back for that second spot.
We almost got a 3-way battle back here for I think 10th or 11th. Dice it back out.
Don't look now. Here comes Dustin Matson in that 6 truck. Up 6 spots from the start of this race.
You think Jake Eaton didn't show everything in qualifying?
That's a possibility, but if you look further down in the field, you got Matt Rudder back here in that 33 machine sitting in 10th spot. He's moved up 12 positions since the start of this race.
Still got the drivers from the last wreck on the track. Looks like they're all good. They might have to use a fast repair there. So they're going to be looking to stay out of trouble the remainder of this thing till the end. We've got a huge battle up here at the front. It's really tightening up for the top 8.
Yeah, you could throw a blanket over all these trucks as Christopher Howell jumps back out to the inside of Lumpkin there. Matson's going to follow him. The 87 truck of Justin Michael there pushing the 3 of McIntyre.
Yeah, we just seen the 87 go on his roof. Now he's back up at the front of the field. He's got a really fast truck.
Yes, he does, and he's trying to show it.
Three wide right here for 4th place. John McIntyre, Dustin Matson, and Justin Michael. Still 3 wide as they enter the quarter. Matson will surpass for 4th. Justin Michael right on his bumper.
As Justin Michael forces himself clear in front of the 3 of McIntyre. That's actually the wrong number that we're showing. McIntyre is actually the 2 truck. His paint might not have updated for us on Trading Paints before the race started.
A little check up there from second place. Didn't enter the corner the way he wanted to. He's going to allow Christopher Howell on the bottom to get right side by side off the corner.
The Howell has no help, so he's not going to be able to make any move there. Here comes Madsen for that 3rd spot.
We've seen Matt Crockett hit pit road here a little bit early. Maybe this is going to play into his strategy. We'll have to find out later.
Pumpkin staying tight on the bumper of Jake Eaton.
These drivers doing a great job right now, just letting this race play out. I think everyone's probably got a good feel for the track now.
As we've completed 16 laps here, working on lap 17.
You might see
Go ahead.
You might see a few people here like experiment a little bit and try to get a run on the high side, or see how it's going to play out at the end while their tires wear down a little bit.
Absolutely. Right around now, I believe these guys may be trying to figure out what they got, start cracking the throttle on the corner entry. Trucks are starting not to handle as they once were when they first started running. Some of these guys might have their hands full.
Yep, exactly. And in this point of the race, of a run, like, you see the best drivers succeed.
You see a little battle back here in this gaggle of trucks. Nick Kulikowski making a pass on the 99 of Travis Burtzer. '23 of Joey Nelson and the 34 of Dylan Clark trying to make some moves. Dylan Clark jumps back up on that high lane, leaving Joey Nelson down there to fend for himself on the low line.
Michael trying to make it happen for 3rd, but there's no help once they're in a line.
He might actually
have it to stick.
Yeah, he might. Oh, he does have enough of a run to clear the 6 of Madsen for that 3rd position. Your top 5 have a breakaway from the field. What do you say we crank it up for a couple of laps, Justin?
Let's do it. Battle for the lead.
You do. As Justin Michael takes it away from Jake Eaton there. And that was your Crank It Up presented by Sim Racer Hub.
Eaton trying to look back to the inside there. We're on lap 23 out of 90 here. Say the pit window is probably going to open here in about, let's say what, 5 laps maybe?
Absolutely. I would say in probably the next 5 to 8 laps, I imagine these guys are going to start making green flag stops.
Oh, as they're making them right now. Your leader on pit road.
We're looking at Christopher Howell coming down pit road here.
It's funny how that happens. I think last time we went to Crank It Up, there was a huge wreck, so I'm glad that didn't happen this time.
Yes, at least we know we are not cursed with the Crank It Up crashes. As they drop the jack on the 18 truck there, and he grabs the gear and pulls out of his box. With Jake Eaton close on his tail.
So Michael, Lumpkin, and Matson are still going to stay out there. Got a pretty good little draft. They might be able to... I don't know if short pitting here is going to help or hurt those guys that just pit. We're going to get a good look at how these fresh tires work here as you got Eaton about 5 trucks behind the leaders. We'll see if they stay out another lap. You got Lumpkin into pit. Humphrey, Joe Nelson. As you see Eaton pulling up there in 4th. He's going to blow right past these guys.
Hey there, Shasta Van Gezel. I'm guessing I pronounced that name right. Appreciate the kudos there for the broadcast tonight. Thank you for tuning in.
Looks like Jake Eaton had a speeding penalty on pit road.
Really?
Calls him have to come back into pits here. He's probably going to lose a lap.
Let's check on it and see what happens. Yeah, I believe that's what it is. There are no tires being put on that machine. I believe he did get a speeding penalty. That's going to be one thing to see if he might be able to bring it back from, because Michigan is known to be a green racetrack from start to finish.
Justin Michael finally hitting pit road.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, he is on pit road, and that's going to cycle Dakota Camper as your leader in that 3 machine.
Look, you got Matthew Moniak. His first start in the 1 was just involved in a wreck earlier. He's probably got a little bit more fuel than these other drivers.
Absolutely, yeah. He's maybe playing the long game here, getting off sequence with these other guys. That might have done him some good.
Matt Crockett up 22 in 2nd.
He has yet to make his green flag stop as Dakota Camper is slowing down to come to take his green flag stop. That's going to cycle Matt Crockett. Sorry, no. Crockett and Moniak are, all 3 of those are coming to pit road for their green flag stops. That's going to cycle Christopher Howell in that 18 machine to the lead. With the 4 of Lumpkin hot on his heels.
So you got Howell now exiting turn 4.
Staying on that apron on the exit of the corner.
Lumpkin right on his bumper. Looking to the pass on the inside here in turn 1 for Justin Lumpkin.
Door to door as they come off a 2.
If you look right behind them, there's Justin Michael, a little bit fresher tires. That pit road penalty did put Jake Eaton a lap down in 24th position right now.
Closest battle on the track right here is for this lead between the 18 and the 4.
That 87's moving though. It's going to pull right up to him with them. Just a couple lap fresher tires, but they're still fresher. And if the 4 and the 18 get side by side, it's going to allow them to close in even faster.
What do you say we ride along with Justin Lumpkin there? See this awesome shot from the roll bar of the passenger side of the truck. Getting a run right here on the 18 of Hal. Not going to do anything with it. He's just going to push him to the turn 1.
I think these guys up here at the front are looking at stage points right now. Just ride it out where you're at.
Absolutely. Make that pass on lap 40 if you got to. As we say that, Lumpkin going to the inside of Hal, entering turn 3 here.
He wants to go do it before his tires wear out. He wants that stage win.
Oh, maybe the 87 had something to do with that. Said it's time to go. That 87 is here.
Right there on the inside as well of Hal. He's going to look to the inside of Lumpkin now for the lead. Three-way battle for the lead here at Michigan.
Justin Michael, can he clear Lumpkin off of 2? I don't think he can. He's going to clear him right there. Justin Michael, your new leader. Will Lumpkin cross him over? Will not. Michael will lead that lap. As we
Lumpkin
complete
right there on the bumper.
As we complete lap 33 right there, working on 34 now. As Hal drops back a little bit. Makes you wonder if he used up his tires a little bit already, or maybe he's just trying to save them and not work them over too much to where he might have some left over for the end of the fuel run.
I think if it plays out, stays green for a while, these drivers are going to pit probably one more time, and that's going to be it.
Right now, them top 3 have checked out to a 3.5 second lead over 4th place. Guys get a little spread out here. Go check in for the battle for 4th between Matson and Tyler Humphrey. As we're getting close to that stage end on lap 40.
Looks like the 18 under Christopher Howell might have used them tires up, or he's just saving fuel to stay with his strategy. Don't want to burn too much right here.
That's a possibility. But he's in danger of losing that third spot to Madsen and Tyler Humphrey as they're gaining on him a little bit. You see them 2 trucks behind him coming into frame. Oh, we got a battle for 6th between Dakota Camper and Grant Humphrey here. Camper wanting that position. That's 1 extra point right there at the stage end.
It might not seem like much, but that's definitely going to matter at the end of the season when you go towards the championship.
For sure, yeah. That's that 1 point could be the difference between you and a championship. Absolutely. I've lost many championships myself by 1 to 3 points, and thought to myself, man, that's 1 position or 3 positions that I could have gained and pushed extra hard to get those positions in several other races. And it just comes back to bite you at the end of the season, and you don't realize it until it happens.
Just like that, you could get that 1 moment back. We've seen the tempers tonight pretty even kill, so there hasn't been no retaliation or anything of that sort. Pretty nice clean racing. Battle for 14th back here between Nick Kulikowski and Matthew Moniak. Talked about earlier. His first start.
As we're working on lap 39 right now, coming to the stage end here shortly. White flag is out for the stage. Right now, Justin Michael is your leader with a 6/10 second lead over Justin Lumpkin in that 4 machine. Oh, so we got a battle for 3rd heating up here.
A little battle for 10th as well.
Madsen passes Howell. They cross the line. Right now, your top 10 in that stage, Justin Michael wins that stage. That's 10 bonus points for him. Lumpkin comes in 2nd, Madsen 3rd, Howell 4th, Tyler Humphrey 5th. Dakota Camper and Grant Humphrey swap positions. Dakota Camper got 6th. There's Grant Humphrey and George Jewell that swap positions after the lap end. George Jewell gets 7th, Grant Humphrey 8th, Hunter Parsons 9th, and Dylan Clark is your last bonus point winner there in 10th.
Clark trying to bounce back from some trouble early, got him a stage point there, so it's not over yet for this race. It's mostly single file throughout the field here.
There's Tyler Humphrey here working all over the back bumper of Christopher Howell, trying to get that 4th spot.
Yeah, I've seen that 94 slowly work his way back up through the field after that pit stop.
Yeah, he's had a fast truck on long runs, and just seems like after this green flag stop, it's kind of come to life a little bit here as he makes that pass on the 18 of Howell for that 4th spot. Let's give you a rundown through the field while we're green here. As We're looking at Justin Michael here in that 87 machine. He's your leader right now. In second, we have Justin Lumpkin in that 4 machine. Third is Dustin Matson. And fourth, in a battle right now, is Tyler Humphrey. Fifth, Christopher Howell. Dakota Camper back here in the 6th spot. In 7th, we have George Jewell, as he has a little bit of a blink there. In 8th, we have Hunter Parsons. 9th is Grant Humphrey. 10th, Dylan Clark. And that 76 machine right behind him in 11th is Joe Nelson. 12th, Jonathan Cogswell. 13th, we have Matt Crockett. 14th is Matthew Moniak. Nick Kulikowski in that 26 machine is 15th. I really like that last name. It just rolls off the tongue. Kulikowski. In 16th, we have James McCanney. 17th, Matt Rudder. 18th, John J. McIntyre. In 19th, we have Mike Rentz. 20th, Travis Burtzer. 21st is Bill Miller. 22nd is Joey Nelson. 23rd is Carl Burke. 24th, we have Jake Eaton. Very fast truck, trapped way back there in that last position from a pit road speeding penalty. A shame that happens, but sometimes mistakes just happen to us and causes some of these drivers to have to fight the rest of the night, and it makes a miserable night.
I just think it's pretty cool being a Justin myself, seeing 2 Justins at the front of the race right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, Christopher Howell, something happened? He is on pit road right now.
Might be short pitting, realizing he's not going to make it to the end with one more stop.
Joey Nelson and James McCanney are also on pit road.
During these green flag stops, these drivers have to realize you cannot speed. If you speed, that's your race right now. There's not been a caution since the start of this race. It's lap 48. You better dial in.
Absolutely. Yank them belts tight and get your game face on, because it's, I believe these are the money stops right here as we come with about 41 to go. These drivers may be making their final stops. So we watch Howell here leaving pit road. As we have Carl Burke and Tyler Humphrey on pit road. Travis Burtzer comes in. So does John McIntyre. Lumpkin coming down pit road.
Do you pit if you're Michael?
Stretch
it out.
I would have to say you need to come down and pit right now and get some fresh tires and some fuel, because these guys with fresh tires, it may not seem like it would make that big of a difference right now, but them fresh tires are going to allow them guys to run faster lap times and close that gap that he had. As we say that, he is coming down pit road right now. Your leader, Justin Michael, coming on the pit road for some green flag service there. It looks like that's going to cycle Dakota Camper to your lead.
Bring Dustin Matson in with Michael. Cogswell's going to move to second here. Crockett will move to third. Everyone on different strategies now. Looks like some people might stretch this out, hoping for that yellow. Some people are going for a two-stopper here at the end.
Absolutely. As we see Dakota Camper coming into pit road for his green flag service. That's going to cycle Crockett to your lead. And if you're just now tuning in, you're watching Full Send Broadcast Network with the Southern Excitement Racing League here on YouTube, presented by Sim Racer Hub. For all your statistical needs for iRacing, just upload your race results to their website, and bam, you have points and stats to go along with your lead.
Yeah, I'm looking at the intervals right after this cycle here, and it looks like Michael gained about 2.5 more seconds on Justin Lumpkin there, so he's out to about a 4-second lead once the cycle's through.
As we see Matt Crockett come down pit road and give up that lead. Makes you wonder if Crockett's going to go with some kind of strategy here.
Atson's back into the pits. It looks like there's a caution out. He may have sped, or he was the caution.
George Jewell towed to the pits as Matt Crockett come on the pit road. Matt Crockett may have just gotten the golden horseshoe of the race by coming down pit road and getting service as that caution come out. He is not going to lose a lap. He's going to stay on the lead lap. That might have been the best move of the race, and it was just by pure luck. Let's go back and see if we can find out what happened in this accident.
Looks like George Jewell ran out of fuel.
Find George Jewell here. Yeah, he was real slow on the apron there.
I would have stayed that through the caution. Didn't see anything else.
The truck sounded like it was under power. It looked like he just stopped and towed to the pits. There's no damage on that truck. Maybe he did run out of fuel there. That's a possibility. We may have to get that information here after the race and bring it to you next week, or if we can possibly get that information soon, figure out what happened and
let's see if George Jewell's in the Discord. Let's see if we can pull him in here for an interview. Hey George, got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey man,
Walk through what happened there. Did you run out of fuel, or?
Yeah, I came down and I got tires and everything, but they didn't refuel me for some reason. So just raw deal.
ouch.
Wow.
And we're sorry to hear that. We were just trying to figure out what exactly happened to bring out the yellow, and seeing you had towed, and under the replay it looked like you were still under power a little bit, but that might have been just you running out of fuel there on the apron.
Yeah, I was trying to shake it to make it. I hated bringing out the caution for everybody. Everybody was racing such a clean race, and I feel bad for bringing out the caution, but we'll try to dig out of this hole.
Absolutely, man. Well, good luck, and maybe we'll get to talk to you after the race.
All right, I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Have a good night.
Thank you.
That was George Jewell, 07 there, walking us through what happened.
As we see him coming off of pit road now, back under power. Got that 07 machine fired back up
Oh, it's gonna tighten them up now.
with 45 laps remaining in this race. Absolutely. Sorry, 35 laps to go in this race. My math skills are not the top tier list here tonight, folks.
We'll see if anyone's got a run for Justin Michael here. He had a huge lead. I bet he did not want to see that yellow. He was out to about a 5-second lead after that cycle.
Absolutely. You know he is frustrated over that one. But lights are out on that pace truck. We got him re-racked. See if we can get this thing to the finish here. Justin, I don't know about you, but this has been an exciting race to watch and be able to have the privilege to commentate. These guys have been putting on a heck of a show tonight as that pace truck makes a left-hand turn.
And it's about to get even more feisty now here with 34 laps to go as we take the green flag here. Justin Michael with a huge jump out to about a true truck length lead over your second and third place drivers, Christopher Howell and Justin Lumpkin.
As that 94 machine on that extreme high line through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, they flirted with 3 wide right there, but I think the 94 did the right thing and just got out of a little bit. Still got a lot of laps left.
Correct me if I'm wrong. These trucks, I don't believe, can make it to the end of the race.
I don't see anyone making it. You might see a short pit, you know, here in about 15 laps if it looks like it's going to go green. But if they stay in a little pack or something, they'll probably all pit together.
As we're 2 wide from third on back, as they get that cycled out for third there. As Lumpkin trying to make a move for second underneath Howell.
If you're the 87 right now, you're looking in your rearview mirror and you're seeing trucks side by side. That's what you want to see.
Absolutely, but I tell you one truck he does not want to see in his mirror, and that's that Ford truck there of Justin Lumpkin, who has been fast all night long. But don't look now. Here comes Dustin Madsen with Dakota Camper pushing him on that inside line.
Huge run here down into turn 1. Back off a little bit. It's going to open it up for Tyler Humphrey there in the middle.
Are we going
he's gonna
4
back
wide?
out of it again.
For a second, I thought we were going 4 wide out of turn 2 there for the third spot. These guys are duking it out right now. As we're going 3 wide for 4th place here.
Still flirting 3 and 4 wide here for 3rd, 4th place.
Grant Humphrey going to think better of it and back out of that. Going to tuck up behind his teammate there, Tyler Humphrey.
The 4 of Lumpkin can get right to the bumper of the 87 of Michael, but he just can't do nothing with it when he gets there. He gets all that speed down the back stretch. Once he gets there, he can't get around it.
Oh, Tyler Humphrey and Christopher Howell make a little contact right there, looks like. No harm, no foul. Not even a scrape on either truck. Grant Humphrey going to try to follow Tyler Humphrey through there. Not going to be able to do it as Christopher Howell's going to cross Tyler Humphrey over. Try to get that 5th spot back. We're working on lap 60 now. 31 laps remaining in this race.
Finally all settled down to a single file train here at Michigan. Just wondering when these final stops going to be. Who's going to trigger them?
As we look back at this gaggle of trucks here, 3 wide. Oh, the 4 of Bill Miller
Oh, wow.
with a heck of a move to go around the 26 of Nick Kulikowski. The 99, the 1, and looks like the 26, all door to door right there. Putting on a heck of a show, and there's Matt Crockett there trying to work his way back up to the front. Whole gaggle of trucks right here, duking it
I
out
feel
for
like
position.
There's a few fast trucks there at the back, and they might not be able to get up to the front as fast as they want to right now. You don't want to force things really this early in your run, because if you scrub them tires, you're going to be in a handful of laps left. It's not going to be a good thing.
You'll see the trucks coming off of turn 4 here. We'll have a whole mess of trucks back here fighting for that 13th spot there.
We got a
Oh, a little bit of contact.
few of them are fighting for
two.
Lucky Dog.
Yeah, as we have 19 trucks currently on the lead lap. There's still 3 wide back here. We go back up front here. That battle looks like it's heating up a little bit.
Pretty good battle between Jonathan Cogswell and Tyler Humphrey here for 5th. They've been neck and neck every lap, just passing each other.
So Justin, who do you feel is best suited to possibly bring home the checkered flag tonight?
I mean, I don't think you can count anyone out right now that's in the top 10. And it really depends on these final stops. But if I had to pick a driver, I'd definitely have to go with that 87 of Justin Michael, because he drove his way all the way back up through the field and he hasn't looked back since.
Absolutely. Myself, I would not count out that 4 of Lumpkin there. He has been fast all night, being able to make moves when other drivers hadn't been able to make moves. Seems like he's one of the best ones on older tires to me. He's just looks hungry out there and possibly be our 3rd different winner this season.
Now, I'd love to see the driver back in like 10th to 15th right here, make a strategy move and somehow win this thing, but we'll just have to see how it unfolds here.
Absolutely, yeah. That's I'm just excited to see how this is going to play out. Strategy, I believe, will be a factor. Do you think we'll see some 2-tire stops, possibly some no-tire stops?
I mean, you got to play it by the 87's book, I think, right now, because he's definitely the fastest truck. I would do what the 87 does, and I don't think the 87 is going to change up what he's going to do. So I think everybody will take 4 tires.
As we have a pass for the 2nd position here, Madsen bringing Dakota Camper with him, trying to make a pass on Lumpkin for that 2nd spot.
Almost 3 wide there.
Oh, wow, yeah, they Dakota Camper almost took him 3 wide trying to... That's another man right there that I got to say is very hungry. One of the owners of this league, Dakota Camper, he is he's itching to get up there and run for wins and possibly a championship. He's chomping at the bit.
Yeah, that's something, man. It's, I run a league, and it's hard to win in your own league, and when you do, it's a great feeling.
Absolutely, as we have the 1 truck of Matthew Moniak possibly doing a short pit. He can make it to the end from here, I believe.
He was was coming out of pit road there.
Yeah.
So he's already made his final stop. He's trying to cycle around, get his tires up to speed, and maybe be the leader once it cycles through. Right now, the freshest tires on the track are sitting P7 with Hunter Parsons. He's got 3 lap fresher tires than your leaders.
Let's see if our extent length of pit strategy overlay will work correctly here. Looks like Michael and Stinson, or Michael and Matson, have both currently run 19 laps on this current fuel run. Dakota Camper shows to be running 40 laps right now on his run. I don't know if that's correct.
Cogswell's into pit for his final stop. As of right now, the leaders have been out there 17 laps. And a few guys that pitted on lap 53 would... Cogswell and Moniak pitted the earliest out of everyone. We have still yet to see the one get his lap back around the leader.
As he's working on the 3rd place position right now, trying to get by them. The 2nd and 3rd spot. As he goes to the inside right there. As you can see, fresh tires do make a difference.
Yeah, he's got to get around the 87 of Justin Michael as fast as possible. And hope the 87 stays out too long. I think at this point.
Right now, Justin Michael to almost a 1 second lead, but that is closing awfully quick with that one car of Moniak pulling Madsen and Camper with him. Already down to 8/10.
It might actually put Michael at a disadvantage there if it allows those other 2 trucks to catch up to him.
Absolutely.
With that draft in the 1.
As we have Tyler Humphrey, Hunter Parsons, Grant Humphrey, Dylan Clark, and Bill Miller, and Carl Burt all on pit lane now. Matt Rudder coming out of pit lane. Here comes Moniak.
Look to get his way around Michael.
He will get by him. Looks like Justin Michael might be a little tight on corner exit. That may be what's really hurting him.
Just wonder if Michael wanted to pit right there and he couldn't.
That's a possibility. Like Michael getting on the back bumper of Moniak right there.
Moniak's going to pull away. Oh, Michael looks like he might be out of fuel. No?
No, I don't believe he is.
He lost a lot of time there. That's another truck with fresh tires there on the floor.
Yeah.
That's why it looked like he was out of fuel. That Ford just flew by him.
Yeah, that was wild looking. But we got, as Justin Michael comes in, bringing Matson and Camper with him to pit road. Michael with a little bit of a lockup.
Oh, no. That's not good. You know, it still makes me wonder if he wanted to pit that lap before and he couldn't get down there.
Makes you wonder if he got a pit road speeding penalty.
Let's see who's going to cycle out.
Let's find out if Michael got a penalty there once they dropped the jack.
2. It's like everybody's taking 4.
Michael did not get a penalty. As soon as they dropped the jack, the officials let him go there. It's Madsen and Camper with a close race off of pit road right there. Matt Crockett is your leader currently, who still has yet to pit.
At some point, he's going to have to pit, but you got Cogswell running up there. Looks like Michael might take the spot from him right now.
It's going to be down between the 87 and the 4, I believe, for this race win. You know, you got to give it to Justin Lumpkin there with some great pit strategy to get himself back up there to the bumper of Justin Michael. Because once these top three cycle around and take their green flag stops, and I'm speaking of Crockett, Rentz, and Cogswell, once they take their green flag stops, that's going to cycle Michael and Lumpkin to the lead, first and second right there.
I think Cogswell's good to go. His tires are 5 laps older. It's going to allow these guys to go right by.
Cogswell going to pull up and let the 87 go by. That's going to hold up Lumpkin a little bit.
Might see a bump and run here at the end of this thing.
That would be a very wild and fast bump and run at this track. With speeds upwards of 180 miles an hour in these trucks. As we got Rentz on pit lane now, making his final stop of the race. Crockett is still your leader out there, yet to pit. But you know, with a 25-second lead, as Crockett comes down pit road, giving up that lead.
See, if I was in a position like Crockett, I'd take 2 or none and just get back out there.
Absolutely. Let's see where that's going to cycle him out at. Will he take tires? He's at least taking right side so far. As we see Jake Eaton come by into his pit box. Looks like 2 tires was the stop for Crockett.
Tires and fuel. He might have took a little bit too much fuel. It's going to cost him more time, though.
Justin Michael is your leader, cycle back around. We'll have 19 trucks on the lead lap. Justin Michael trying to become your 3rd different winner this season in 3 races. Got 11 laps to do it.
Yeah, Michael, he had a fast truck last week. It's a driver that could have been up there and intended for a win. He had a little bit of issues he had to deal with, but now here he is.
Oh, we have contact.
Oh no, enter the pits maybe. So keep it straight, but that's going to cost them a ton of time.
Yes, it is. That's going to allow Justin Michael to run away with this.
It's over.
Oh my gosh.
Barring a caution, it's over. No one is going to catch that 87 at this point.
Let's go back here and see what happened. As you see here, Camper is pushing Madsen down the backstretch. Gives Madsen a huge run on the 4 of Lumpkin. Matson tries to go high a little bit there on Lumpkin. Gets another push from the 3 of Camper. That's going to put Matson in the back bumper of the 4. A little bit of net code between the 3 of Camper, 6 of Matson as Camper was forced to go through the grass right there. Unbelievable right there with the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place trucks. Lumpkin losing positions. He is all the way down to 9th.
That is not good at this point in the race.
No, it is not. As we see Camper there in 2nd with Matson right behind him in 3rd. Don't look now, Hunter Parsons running down Matson for that 3rd position. '87 of Justin Michael has set out to a 2.7 second lead over the field here. And if you're just now tuning in, you're on Full Send Broadcast Network watching the Southern Excitement Racing League's closing laps here at Michigan International Speedway, presented by Sim Racer Hub. Justin Michael putting on a dominant performance tonight in that '87 machine. Coming to 6 laps to go.
After he overcame that little bit of adversity earlier, he bounced back big time, worked his way all the way back up through the field, and he has led the entire time since.
Absolutely, yeah, he was involved in that lap 1 incident. As we
I'm not even
complete
sure
lap
if he has a
84.
fast repair.
I don't think he does, because he was torn up enough to have to use it.
Now, thankfully, no one can touch him.
Absolutely. He's just hoping the 91 right there of Mike Rentz just takes it easy on him. Saying, man, I know you're a lap down and you want that lap back for stats, but just take it easy on me there. If need be, I'll let you go.
Yeah, I don't think Mike's going to cut him no slack, because he can still get back on the lead lap here if we've got a green-white checker to end this thing.
Absolutely.
But he is sitting lucky dog, so there ain't no reason to push it.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that kind of incident happened this late in the race. You can tell these guys are hungry, and they were fighting for every inch of track position they could get.
Yeah, that just spread it all out and allowed Michael to pull his lead out even more.
Absolutely. Right now, you got Justin Michael as your leader as we're coming to 3 laps to go. Dakota Camper in 2nd here, 2.6 seconds back. Dustin Matson is your 3rd place runner. 4th is Hunter Parsons. And rounding out your top 5 is Grant Humphrey.
I feel like Matson's going to get a podium every week at this rate.
No doubt. He has been a very consistent driver after winning the opening race at Daytona. The top 3 there at Texas with all that, the drama-filled race at Texas there with all the tempers and everything else. And then now he looks like he's going to be pretty solid here in the top 3 here at Michigan.
And Hunter Parsons right behind him. You got, I think everyone you see that's running up at the front of these races, you're going to have to watch out for at the end of the season, comes playoff time.
Absolutely.
These drivers are consistent, and they're going to be consistent. I think that's going to be a lot of their game plans. Just stay consistent.
As the guys are making their way through turns 3 and 4 here. Coming to the 2 sticks in the air. 2 laps remaining in this race.
2 laps to go. Justin Michael should cruise away with this one right here at Michigan. We've seen crazier stuff happen, though.
The last thing he wants to see right now is a yellow flag come out. As you know, he does not want to have to fight for that lead again.
The Sunday Drive.
As Justin Michael makes his way out of turn 4 here, taking the white flag, presented by Sim Racer Hub.
Just a complete dominant performance today from that 87 camp.
Absolute clinic being put on. At a track that requires so much drafting help, he has been the one that's been able to break away every time from the field. Unbelievable performance. As Tyler Humphrey makes a pass on Grant Humphrey for the 5th spot. One more time through 3 and 4 here for Justin Michael. Letting the 91 of Mike
teammates
Grant.
back here, Tyler and Grant, side by side, almost at the line. Tyler's gonna get him.
Your winner tonight, Justin Michael, wins it in dominating fashion in that 87 machine. Our 3rd different winner this season in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Can you believe it? Shaping up to be a great season here at the SERL. Dakota Camper gives him a congratulatory bump there.
Yeah, really great race for these drivers. Not as much drama as we thought we would see. You know, I guess that's a good thing. But it adds a little bit more excitement each week. It's good to see different guys winning. I mean, who knows? We could see a different winner each race this season.
Absolutely. As we get to show Justin Michael doing his burnout here at Michigan. He's going to burn it down for the fans watching. Absolute clinic.
I'm not sure how many laps he led, but it had to be 80 or more, I would say.
Gonna pull up right at the flag stand here.
Probably gonna hop out that truck, grab the checkered flag, do him a little victory lap.
All right, so let's take you through the rundown of the field here real quick while we wait for our driver here pulling the victory lane. This is your official finishing lineup presented by Sim Racer Hub. Your winner, Justin Michael in that 87 machine. In 2nd, we have Dakota Camper, followed by Dustin Matson in 3rd. And we will hear from them 3 here shortly. Hunter Parsons followed up with a 4th place position. In 5th was Tyler Humphrey, followed by Grant Humphrey in 6th. 7th was Dylan Clark. 8th was Justin Lumpkin. 9th, Jonathan Cogswell. 10th, Bill Miller. And 11th, Christopher Howell. 12th was Matthew Moniak. 13th, James McCanny. 14th, Matt Crockett. 15th, Joe Nelson. 16th, John J. McIntyre. 17th, Nick Kulikowski. 18th, Mike Rentz. 19th was Carl Burke. 20th, after a disappointing pit road speeding penalty, finishes there in 20th is Jake Eaton. 21st, Joey Nelson. 22nd, Matt Rudder. 23rd, George Jewell. And 24th, Travis Burtzer. And that is your official lineup or finishing order for tonight's race here at Michigan International Speedway in the Southern Excitement Racing League here on Full Send Broadcast Network. What do you say we get these drivers in here and pull up a few interviews here? Let's pull in Dustin Matson for his interview. Hey there, Dustin Matson. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, man, walk us through that race and how you wound up on a podium finish here again, getting to talk to us.
Oh, yeah, it was an interesting one. Just kind of was basically working with my teammates there, trying to make sure we kept good pace and, only passing each other when we needed to. And, yeah, I don't know. I definitely probably only had a top 5 truck there. I definitely didn't have anything for the 87, and I didn't really have any I had a little bit of longer than speed, but I just was probably missing like a half a tenth or tenth here or there. So I was just kind of settling in for a top 5.
Yeah, so what was going on there? Did you have a huge run there on the 4 of Pumpkin there in 3 and 4? And was that what caused the contact? Was just a huge run and nowhere to go with it, or was a camper just pushing you a little too hard off into the?
Yeah, I mean, I think I knew he was on my left rear, and I think I was just, we were just racing hard there, battling, and I think I was thought that his left rear is maybe a little further out from my nose than it was, and I just tried to stay with the run a little bit that I had, and I'm kind of, you know, I didn't have any intent, obviously, to just dump him there, but it was totally my fault. Just kind of, he came up on me a little bit quicker, and I thought he was going to, so.
All right. Well, how do you feel about going to Nashville Super Speedway next week?
I don't know. Actually, that's going to be a brand new track for me. I think I still need to download that one, so that's probably going to be another adventure for sure.
Well, Justin, you have any questions here for Dustin?
You got a win. You got 2 podiums. You're setting yourself up to get in the playoffs. What's the next track you're looking forward to on the schedule?
Oh man, that's a good question. Yeah, obviously I'm always going to be a fan of going to Darlington. So, once we hit that one in a couple of weeks, I'll be having fun no matter if I win or lose that one. I just enjoy riding that track. So,
Well, Darlington always gives us a great show. Yeah.
Well, you have any sponsor shout outs or plugs you want to give?
yeah, just thank you guys for the broadcast, and thanks Sim Racer Hub for being a sponsor of the series, and all the guys on my team, and obviously SERL for putting another good show on.
All right, man. We appreciate you stopping by, and congrats on the 3rd podium of the season. We're going to be looking to talk to you a lot more the rest of this season now, showing us that you're one of the front runners here in this league.
All right, guys. Yeah, I appreciate it. Hope I'll get to do this a lot more.
No problem, man. Have a good night, and maybe we'll talk to you next week.
All right, we'll do.
And that was Dustin Matson, your 3rd place finisher with his 3rd podium of the season, showing a lot of speed early in this championship season here in the SERL. All right, so let's pull up our 2nd place finisher, Dakota Camper. Get him in here and get his thoughts on tonight's race. Hey there, Dakota Camper. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congrats on the 2nd place finish tonight. Your 1st podium of the season. Walk us through how that race went for you.
Yeah, feels good to be back in the top 3 after taking a week off last week. The race, early that first caution, I come in and topped off a couple of times. I was able to run long. And then I had pitted. It was come out of the pits, and there was a caution. So I had the freshest tires. I was able to drive up. At that restart, my team was 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th. So we took off way better than everybody else because we counted it down on the restart. So that jumped us all up into the top 5, and man, we were almost all in the top 5. Don't know what happened to Chris, but he ran a good race and deserves mentioning.
For sure. Well, what are you looking forward to next week going to Nashville Super Speedway?
Yeah, it's a track I think works going to be tire wear, something I do. I enjoy races where you have to conserve tire and actually think about the long run. I love the long run, so hopefully we don't get a lot of cautions. This race was almost caution free. I think 2 cautions, and then 1 on the first lap, so we won't even count that one. And then the other one was just a guy ran out of gas. So I love races like this. The top 3 tonight. I think we can do that next week if we just get some green flag racing.
All right. Well, Justin, you have anything to ask Mr. Camper here?
Yeah, thank you. Missed last week, right? And then you bounced back with a 2nd place finish this week. What big track are you looking forward to next?
Dude, I don't even know. To be honest, I like the short tracks. Um, Probably North Wilkesboro. Darlington, I'm okay at, but probably North Wilkesboro is the next track that I'm really looking forward to. Or Charlotte, but that's all the way down in the Chase. That's probably my best track.
All right. Well, that little incident there in the closing laps of the race with you, Matson, and Lumpkin, walk us through what happened there from your vantage point.
Yeah, it looked like I couldn't tell what was happening with Lumpkin in front of Dustin. All I could see was Dustin. I knew Lumpkin was there. I thought we were all going to the inside, but I think there was contact made, and then I made contact with Matson, and we all went sideways. Luckily, we were all able to get it back going, and have decent finishes. But just three guys going hard there at the end, coming down to the closing laps, and just got a little bit too close.
All right. Well, you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to give out tonight?
Yeah, of course. Definitely want to shout out Unchained Motorcycle Ministry. Do fantastic work in our area. Also want to give a big shout out to Sim Racer Hub. If you're watching this and you run a league or you're in a league, make sure you check out simracerhub.com. You get all your statistics. It's really cool to go back, especially after you've been running it for a year or so. You can go back and look at all your stats from the last everything you've done for the last year. You can see, and it's pretty neat. So and you guys, of course, y'all do a fantastic job. Love watching it back.
Much appreciated, Mr. Camper. Well, we look forward to maybe getting to speak to you again next week there at Nashville, and have yourself a good night. And once again, congrats on the second place finish.
Thank you. We're trying to defend a championship, so hopefully you'll be talking to me a lot.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Have a good one.
And that was your runner-up finisher, Dakota Camper. All right. So I think enough time has gone by. What do you say we pull in your race winner, Justin Michael, into here and get to talk to him? Hey there, Justin Michael. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. After watching that clinic you put on tonight, walk us through how that truck felt for you.
Well, I tell you, the truck felt real good. It needs clean air for sure, but driving through the field there that first run, and learned a lot about it. Burnt the tires off of it. I still don't understand how I got up there, but after that, it was just kind of smooth sailing. The truck was very neutral, so it was a good run for sure.
Absolutely. So tell us how you felt after seeing Lumpkin, Matson, and Camper getting into it there out of 4, allowing you to stretch it out and get a comfortable lead. How'd you feel about all that?
Oh, we just kind of, after that happened, we just slowed it down a little bit. Just wanted to save tires in case it was a late caution there, so we would have an advantage. And it never came. I was kind of expecting it, to be honest with you, but that just gave me a really good cushion. It was a good ending for sure.
For sure. And you are now our third different winner in 3 races here in the Southern Excitement Racing League. How does that make you feel? You feel like you got some big competition here since we have 3 different winners, or you kind of expecting the whole field to be kind of neutral ground?
I don't know. I mean, we missed the first race. I was at the NASCAR race in Kansas, so we missed Daytona, and then last week just it was kind of pathetic about what happened. So it is what it is. And then this week, coming into lap 1, we got taken out on lap 1 by a hack job who just wants to race like the white flag just came out with on the green flag. So I don't know, understand what happened there. So, but hopefully it put on good excitement there driving through the field for that first 20 laps.
I want to pick up there with my question. You battled adversity last week. You didn't get the finish you wanted. You battled adversity this week. You drove your way all the way through the field, blew the doors off everyone, and led the race the whole way dominantly. How dominant do you think you can be next week at Nashville?
I tell you, I haven't ran Nashville in the trucks. I ran in the Cup cars. We did really, really well in this league. So we beat some big name drivers who raced in the Cup Series after things starting like 15th or so. So definitely a good run. Last week definitely was not, the performance we were looking for. I know there was some questionable comments after the race, but people will, they'll want to comment publicly, but they're afraid to say it privately. So, face to face doesn't work for them, I guess. It'll be fun race. It'll be a fun season.
All right. Well, are there any tracks you're looking forward to in the schedule here?
Pretty much all of them. There's a couple tracks I'm really good at, and I really like running, and they're really late in the season, so that's going to help us a lot, especially in the play as long as we make the playoffs. So, not looking forward to Circuit of the Americas. I mean, I'll be honest. I think I ran half a lap there and just said screw it. So that'll be hopefully a top 20 finish.
Like I gotta buy that.
You're not alone
Yeah,
on that one.
I bought it for a league race and I ran half a lap. I was like, I got something to do that night.
I might drive it around a couple times to check it out.
There you go.
Well, Justin, you have any sponsor plugs, shout outs you want to give?
Everybody out there watching, hopefully it was a good show. My friend Darren out there watching as always. Scott Patton from Patton and Paints for giving me this really nice looking Beretta. The Tundra. I keep saying Tacoma because I own a Tacoma. Definitely if anybody is looking for paints and stuff, look up Patton and Paints.
Absolutely, man. Well, once again, congratulations on your race win tonight. And
yeah, being a Justin, it was cool watching two Justins up front all night.
There you go. And then a third one in the booth.
Yep.
Absolutely. And like we said before, congratulations on your race win. And maybe we'll get to talk to you some more the rest of this season.
I appreciate it. Hopefully we're up here every week.
Absolutely. We look forward to it, man. And have a good rest of the season and have a good night.
You too.
And that was your race winner, Justin Michael, putting on an absolute clinic tonight. Just ramming his foot down on the rest of the field, winning tonight's race. So before we go off air here, let's run you down through the finishing order one more time. Presented by Sim Racer Hub. Go to their website, www.simracerhub.com, for all your league needs for stats and points. Your race winner here is Justin Michael. Dakota Camper finishes second. In third was Dustin Matson. Fourth, Hunter Parsons. Fifth, Tyler Humphrey. Sixth, Grant Humphrey. Seventh was Dylan Clark with Justin Lumpkin in eighth. Ninth, Jonathan Cogswell. 10th was Bill Miller with Christopher Howell in 11th. 12th was Matthew Moniak. And James McCanney was 13th. 14th, Matt Crockett. 15th, Joe Nelson. 16th, John J. McIntyre. 17th, Nick Kulikowski. 18th, Mike Rentz. With Carl Burke there 19th. 20th was Jake Eaton. 21st, Joey Nelson. 22nd, Matt Rudder. 23rd, George Jewell, and rounding out the field in 24th was Travis Burtzer. And that is your official finishing order here on the Full Send Broadcast Network with Southern Excitement Racing League, presented by Sim Racer Hub. Here at Michigan International Speedway, we are signing off, and we will be looking forward for you joining us at Nashville Super Speedway next weekend for the fourth installment of this season here. For Justin Hutchinson, I'm Jacob, signing off here on Full Send Broadcast Network. We appreciate you stopping by. Have a good night and a good weekend.